Hey guys, it's Tanner Manson from Future Investing, and today I want to talk to you guys about the best brokerage that you can use if you're a Canadian. Now, there are a ton of different options to choose from, but in this video, we're going to go over the top four, which are going to be Questrade, Wealthsimple Trade, TD Direct Investing, or Interactive Brokers. I've gone through all the other brokerages, and in some form of another, one of the four that I have chosen have either beat it completely or in such a majority way that it's not even worth talking about those brokerages. But for the main four that we're talking about, Questrade, Wealthsimple Trade, TD Direct Investing, and Interactive Brokers, they all have a good specialty or a good reason to use theirs over another. But before we get started, although I am actually a licensed financial security advisor as my full-time job, none of these stocks or topics that we talk about today are in any way my recommendation. This is merely my opinion, and you can choose to do what you wish with this information. Now, if you could, hit the like button down below and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Now let's jump right into it. There's a ton of information in this video. Now, the way I determined the worth of all these brokerages is I broke them down into 5 separate categories. Number 1 being commission trading fees and exclusive features. Secondly, we have annual fees and account minimums. Thirdly, we're going to talk about the mobile app availability. Number 4, we're going to talk about their additional trading tools and services. And number 5, we're going to be talking about banking services, which is like whether you're able to have additional accounts that you're allowed to, purchase things through a checkings account or something like this and be able to seamlessly transfer money between accounts. So for the first brokerage we're going to be talking about Questrade. They're a very competitive brokerage, and we're going to start with the first thing, which is going to be commission trading fees. So first off, Questrade trades on a 1 cent rule per share that you buy of any stock, with a minimum balance of $4.95 or a maximum balance of $9.99. But there's also additional features that they add to their platform. So for example, with their ETFs, there's a $0 trading cost for trading any Canadian or American ETF. And additionally, Questrade also allows you to have margin accounts, which allows you to borrow money and trade stocks with borrowed money. But I'm only going to say this once, it's extremely risky and you can lose way more than your initial investment. So if you're ever going to go into extreme debts to trade stocks, make sure you have large amounts of precautions before ever creating a margin account. Now, in terms of the annual fees or account minimums for Questrade, you need to have at least $1,000 across all Questrade accounts for you to be able to trade stocks on their platform. And if you do not trade anything on their platform for a quarter, then they will charge you an inactivity fee of $24.95. There are ways around that. You can either deposit $150 into your account, or you can have a total of $5,000 across all your accounts with Questrade, and they won't charge you a dime. Or also there's one more stipulation as well if you're under the age of 25. Now, in terms of the mobile app, it's actually a very clean app. It looks very good, and you're able to see a good portion of the information that you need to see on especially the stocks that you own and also the ones that you may be going to purchase. In terms of the next part of trading tools and services, Questrade is actually very good for this. They have great tools to help you analyze and evaluate stocks that you may be looking at. They have analyst predictions on there, and you'll be able to see what they're writing about all their stocks and everything like this, as well as having screens to be able to monitor, a basket of investments to see, whenever prices or opportunities that you might want to see in the markets, you'll get live updates. Now, onto our last part, which is going to be banking services. There are no real actual banking services for Questrade. Yes, they do work with other companies, but it's all external. It's not as clean as our other competitors that we're going to be talking about going forward. They definitely probably place last in this category. Now, quickly moving on to Wealthsimple Trade, one of my favorites. If you've been on the channel, you know that I talk about this one a lot. I'll try to keep an unbiased opinion and just tell you the facts. Wealthsimple Trade offers free commission trading for 100% of the Canadian stocks that you might want to be interested in purchasing on the TSX. There's no other broker in Canada that does this, that requires, no additional active traders fees or hitting a certain amount of high stocks to own or a high amount of money that you need in the account. You can do this with as little as $5 in your account. They also offer an instant $250 transaction. So then if you want to buy a stock like right now, you're able to put in the money, and without having that 2-day transfer fee, they will allow you to trade that $250 right away. Now, in terms of annual fees or account minimums, there's absolutely none. It's by far the best in the industry. Wealthsimple Trade was actually designed for mobile. They recently only just got a desktop version, very, very recently. So the mobile version is amazing. Everything fits very well and easy to read, as well as whenever you go to do a buy or a sell, that all the fees and everything you're going to pay is all directly there. There's no hidden fees at all. Now, in terms of trading tools and services, this is where they sort of very much lack. There are no trading tools at all. There's no additional analyst breakdowns or any sort of analyzation tools or screens or anything like this. They are maybe the worst in the industry for this. Even the watch lists are very much like rudimentary. They only really have one watch list. You don't have multiple ways to, sort all your different stocks that you're looking at. You sort of have to look at Wealthsimple as just being, the system that allows you to buy and sell stocks. It's not actually the one-stop shop for everything that you want to do. You're going to want to have a secondary, platform or service that allows you to research your stocks. And for banking services, they have their Wealthsimple Cash, which is like a checkings that you're allowed to put a lot of money into, send money to friends or make payments at stores. But yet there are no like interest payments or any sort of like high interest savings accounts. It's really mainly only one account. That being said, the transfers over to your Wealthsimple Trade account are seamless and easy with no extra additional fees. And that being said, it makes it a very good player for a top 4. Now on to number 3, we have TD Direct Investing. Now, I chose this one out of all the other banks because I felt like they had by far the best trading platform in Canada if you're talking about regular big banks. And now let's talk about why, which would first be with their commission trading fees, which for TD would be $9.99 flat fee for any buys or sells on their platform, which you can also get down to $7 a trade, but you have to have what's called an active trading tag, which is like you're making 150 trades every single quarter. Now, in terms of their annual fees or account minimums, TD has what they call their maintenance fee. It's a $25 fee every quarter or $100 a year, but that fee could be waived if you have $15,000 in trading accounts across their whole platform. And for their mobile app, this might seem very disappointing, but they don't actually have a dedicated trading app. You just go on your regular TD banking app, and then there's a place for you to be able to quote, have your little watch list, and be able to purchase stocks on the go, although it doesn't really have good information on their mobile service. Now for their trading tools and services, this is why I put TD on this list, because aside from, the regular fees and account minimums where they sort of lack a little bit, their trading tools are regarded as some of the best in the entire industry. With tons of free learning tools, free courses, analyst centers, screeners, great watch lists, and everything. They have everything you need to learn a ton about investing. They have people doing podcasts and websites and blogs and all sorts of stuff, all teaching you about investing. It really is the best platform for TD. It's why I always keep a little bit of money with TD, because I love having access to those tools. And then obviously for their banking services, I don't even know if I need to bring it up. It's TD Bank. It's the second biggest bank in Canada. Obviously, they have great, checking accounts, savings, all the possible things that you could ever need to get with TD, whether you get mortgages or credit cards, all, the full suite of banking services that you could get with TD Bank, with great quick transfers from your checkings to your tax-free savings accounts, your RSPs with TD Direct Investing. There's absolutely no contest with TD in terms of, external banking services. It's a full-blown bank, one of the big 6 in Canada, and being one of the biggest out of those big 6. So there's no competition against these other brokers. And for number 4, Interactive Brokers, I thought about a way of trying to, break down Interactive Brokers and talk about this service. And I kept recording it over and over. And what I was realizing is that, Interactive Brokers is going to take longer to explain than all of these other brokerages all put together in terms of their features and their services and everything like this. They are very, very complex. I'm not saying they're the best out of all of them. They do have a very niche idea of what they want. They're like almost for investing professionals to use. But if you do want me to talk about Interactive Brokers, please give me a thumbs up. That's the only way I know if you guys do want that video. And I'll make an additional, individual video for Interactive Brokers, talk about all the services and benefits and the reason why I use it for some of my trading as well. But yeah, it's just too long to make one video on this, incredibly large trading platform that they have. There is one thing that I'll say about Interactive Brokers that might be good for, the average person, is that there's no other Canadian platform here that has fractional shares. So for example, if you were to purchase a share of Amazon, maybe you don't have $3,300 to put on one individual stock. Well, now you're able to put in like as little as $1 and buy a fractional share of Amazon, which will allow you to diversify your total amount. Maybe you only have $2,000 or something like this that you're investing with. You can spread it out amongst a ton of different companies, get that diversity, get all these different benefits of doing that while still only purchasing a portion of the amount of the stock that you may need. Anyways, guys, that's all the information that you practically need on all the different platforms. Whether you want a one-stop shop for all your investing needs of like mortgages, checkings, lines of credit, as well as your credit cards and your investing, then you know what? TD Bank might be the one for you. Yes, it does have a little bit higher commission fees, but it also allows you to do all the other things that might make it worth it there. And you know, it's easier to get lines of credit there whenever you have your money with them. They'll give you additional benefits, right? So that is a great benefit. But if you're also just starting out and you might have, you know, a little bit to trade with and you're just looking to have, you know, tons of fun and learn the markets, well, Wealthsimple Trade might be better because, you know, it has that ability to be able to trade everything without any commissions possible. You know, you can trade your stocks back and forth, and there's just nothing for you to have to worry about in terms of hidden fees, account minimums, anything like that. But then again, you know, there is a really big exchange fee for like Wealthsimple Trade where Questrade might not have that. So if you trade a lot of American stocks and you don't care about the banking services, Questrade might be the one for you, and they might be the best alternative to, you know, the TDs and the Wealthsimple trades. There really is no one superior account. It all depends on the type of investing that you guys do and the type of outcome that you guys want to have out of this whole investing experience. Like I said before, if you want to see an interactive brokers individual video, please give me a like down below and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. Lately, I've been talking a lot about Wealthsimple Trade, but I am going to be bringing in, you know, some more conversations about Questrade as well as TD direct investing. I really would like to stick closer to the TD direct investing. I mean, CIBCs and RBCs isn't quite good. They don't have the trading tools that they do. They don't have all the options, and their commission fees are either way higher or marginally lower where it's not even worth it to get those other things. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. Hope you guys are doing great. Stay safe trading, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.